Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Abbott. Thank you for letting me come into your home today. My name is Amy, and I'm with Maple Star. And Maple Star contracts with Department of Human Services. And when they have a family that they think is a really strong family, that with just a little bit more help, that they'll be able to get through this DHS process a lot quicker, they call Maple Star in. And that was probably one of the programs that they told you about when you went down to DHS and signed all the paperwork. And in that paperwork, you must have said that you might be interested in having us in your home for services. So, like I said today, when I called on the phone, today will be about 2 hours, and I will let you know what I have to provide. I will get to meet you and your family, and at the end, if you decide that you do want us in the home, then we will move forward with signing the paperwork. Okay? So, again, my name is Amy, and I just want to get to know each of you a little bit better. It's everyone here in the home, here in the living room together that is part of the family. Yes? Okay, good. All right. So if we could I just would like for each of you to go around and tell me your name, how old you are, what school you go to, where you work, what your favorite color is, anything just to let me get to know you a little bit better. Okay? Mr. Abbott, we'll start with you. All right? Okay, thank you. Okay, Mrs. Abbott, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? All right, thank you. Christopher, are you older? You are? Okay, Christopher, you can go first. You don't have anything to share? Always quiet. All right. Well, you know what? I always bring a bag of tricks. So I have some magic markers and crayons, chalks, colored pencils, and some paper. And so while we're finishing up talking, if you could draw on a piece of paper something that might represent you, and or if you want to write me something about you, then I will have that for you. Okay? All right. Grab that and give it to you. All right, Elijah, you're the one to wrap us up. Can you tell me about yourself? Okay, thank you. All right, so I am a military wife also. My husband also retired from the military, so we have a little bit in common. We've probably crossed paths a little bit along the way with different assignments. And we also retired here in Colorado because of the weather. So today we'll be inside, but for future meetings, if you decide you want to continue with us, I am here at your convenience. So if you want to meet at the park or here at your home or at the library, we can meet somewhere else and we can get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather if you want to while the season's still good. All right. So a little bit about yourself and me. And then I have 3 ground rules that I always start off with families. And the first one, this is always targeted at children, but it applies to adults as well, is no hurts. That's our first rule. And no hurts could mean no violence, no hitting. Can you guys think of anything else that you think might apply to no hurts? No yelling, good job. What else? No name calling. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so no hurts. That's great. And then our second rule is stick together. So stick together is that we pay attention to what each other's saying. Can you guys think of anything else you might want to add to stick together? Listening to each other. Good job. Not talking on top of each other is another good one. All right, y'all did it good. All right, and then our last one. Most people don't think of family therapy as having fun, but that is my third rule, is that when we stick together and we don't hurt each other, we are more likely to have fun. And for each family therapy session that I do, I always have a game at the end that we can play together. And the one that I brought this time is that jelly bean game that you eat where they all taste yucky or something. So that's the one I brought this week. But I have one every single time, and I'll bring a couple so you get to choose. All right? Okay, thank you. Okay, family bickering between mom and dad. All right, Mr. and Mrs. Abbott, let's just let's take a minute, please, and gather our thoughts. I want you both to take a really deep breath. We've just experienced the one of the problems that you're telling me that you want help with, and that breaks rule number one and rule number two for the kids that are here with us, is we can't try to hurt each other with our words, and we can't call each other names. And you both have very valid points about what upsets you, and I want to hear those from each of you. But with good communication, we need to use words that don't blame each other. So like when you're sharing, it's a positive, healthy communication way to say, I feel this way, not blame the person for making you feel that way. Okay, so that's what we're going to practice in just a minute, but I'm going to let you guys breathe deeply for a little bit longer, and I'm going to ask Christopher and Elijah to give me their input into how they see the problem, and then once you've settled down, you've got your thoughts together, we'll practice a better way of communicating those. Okay? Great, thank you. Okay, how to wrap up the session. All right, so I feel like we've made a lot of good progress. You've each shared what you would like to accomplish with me in the home, and you have indicated that you would like me to come back. You thought it was helpful, and I'm really glad of that. You guys have a lot of good qualities and strengths. You care about each other deeply, and you're committed to making this work. You've identified that you're repeating some of the patterns that you've seen with your kids that you experienced when you were children. So we have a lot that we can work with, and I'm happy that you want me to come back out. So we will wrap this up with the paperwork. I am under the HIPAA rules, so everything that is said is confidential. I'm also a mandatory reporter, and that just means that, if I have any fear that you're going to hurt yourself or others, that I do need to report that. And so for homework this week, after we get our paperwork signed, I would like you guys to work on how you, as a family, to identify things that you feel in your body related to emotions that you have. So I brought butcher block paper with me, and magic markers, crayons. I want the four of you to work together to draw an outline of each person's body on the butcher block, and then you each take your outline, and with all of the crayons and magic markers and chalks that I have, along with a big stack of magazines, I want you to put pictures or words on your body that you feel inside you, sensations that you feel related to emotions. And something that might help is like when I get really nervous, my heart beats really fast, and so maybe I would want to draw an alarm clock or something right where my heart is, or my palms get real sweaty, so I could do drips of water from my palms. And if you're able to come up with an emotion that expresses that, like anger or fear, if you could write it next to that picture. And so that's what I want you to work on this week, and we'll get that paperwork signed. Thanks a lot.